सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च। So we are in mantra number 3, PDF page number 7. Read the mantra. And we have covered the first line of the Bhaashyam. So let's read all of that. Yena rupam rasam gandham.
Yena rupam rasam gandham.
Shabdan sparshanscha maithunan.
Shabdan sparshanscha maithunan.
Ete naiva vijanati.
Ete naiva vijanati.
Kimatra parishishyate.
Kimatra parishishyate.
Etad vaitat.
Etat vaitat.
Yena vijnana swabhavena.
Yena vijnana swabhavena.
Atmana.
Atmana.
Rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshan cha.
Rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshanscha.
Maithunan maithuna nimittan.
Maithunan maithuna nimittan.
Sukha pratyayan.
Sukha pratyayan.
Vijanati vishpashtam janati.
Vijanati vishpashtam janati.
Sarvaha lokaha.
Sarvaha lokaha.
Yeah. So we were looking at mantra number 3 last time. So from here begins the what we call Vastu Swarupana Mantraha. Means providing or describing the nature of Vastu, nature of Purushaha, Atma, Brahma. It begins from here and goes for another 10 mantras or so. So here, Upanishad is saying that by which all sense organs are doing what they are supposed to do, correct? That by which yena, rupam, rasam, ityadi are at work. Etenaiva vijanati. Means that because of which I am able to see forms, that which because of which I am actually able to hear sounds. Don't say I'm hearing sounds because of the ear. Hey, how that because of which the ear functions. Okay, that is that. Ye tat, this one, why tat? This is the one you have asked about. Some mantras before, one chapter, one or two, at least before you ask this question, that this is the answer to that. Okay? This is the gist of the mantra. And then we saw this first line of the Bhaashyam also we reviewed, Yena Vijnana Swabhavena Atma. So Shankaracharya is saying, Yena, that by which means what? Vijnana swabhavena atmana. Atmana first. Yena atmana. That which is called Atma or which is Atma, hmm, which is also Vijnana swabhavaha, which is of the nature of consciousness. Vijnana swabhavaha. That is the meaning of Vijnana here, not knowledge and things like that. Vijnana swabhavaha. And that by which one comes to experience the world. All these are experiences. Rupam, Rasam, Gandham, etc. Maithunan. Maithunan, two meanings are there. So, one meaning is there. Shabda. Shabda is what? The ear is contacting a sound. There's a contact between the sense of hearing and the object of hearing. And that contact creates a vritti in my mind. Pratyaya. That is called pratyaya. Pratyaya. Something happened. I heard a sound. Sounds like a peacock. Okay. That contact. That contact has to happen. That is why if you want to hear something closely, you have to put your ear like this. Closely. Wait. Shh. Okay. Why? Because that contact you have to make it happen. To make the contact happen. Only then the hearing takes place. That contact is called Maithunam. That contact. That's one meaning. Another meaning is the contact born of physical contact between male and female. That is Maithunam. That also, Gambhirananda ji says that. Okay. So either one is fine for us. Sukha pratyaya, the pleasure born of that physical contact. Vijanati, the one because of which one is able to know all these things. One is able to know Sarvaha Loka, entire world, singular. World is singular, but world includes everything. So, singular. Here also, Sarvaha Lokaha Jana. All right, this we saw last. Right, everybody okay so far? This is the starting point. Yeah. Okay. Next. The next sentence begins with the word in your notebook, Akshepaha. And that's fine. In Gita Press, you can write this down, Akshepaha. And then put a hyphen after that. Akshepaha means objection. Okay. All right. Who is next?
Me.
Ah, yeah. That's Akshepaha.
Akshepah.
Nanu na evam
Nanu na evam
prasiddhihi
prasiddhihi
lokasya
lokasya
atmana
atmana
dehadi vilakshanena
dehadi vilakshanena
aham vijanami
aham vijanami
iti.
iti.
So you have to put quotation marks, if maybe already there in your book. From Atmana to Vijanami within inverted commas, quotation marks. Dehadi sanghataha
Dehadi sanghatah
aham vijanami iti.
aham vijanami iti.
To
Tu
sarvaha lokaha avagacchati.
sarvah lokah avagacchati.
Yeah. So now a Purva Pakshi walks in and he raises an objection. He's saying, no, I have a doubt. Uh, Okay. He's saying, wait a minute, that because of which the sense organs function. Everybody knows this this body, mind, sense complex, but nobody knows Atma. How can you use an unknown Atma to explain Atma? Like that, he's saying. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Nanu, na evam. Nanu means I have an objection. Here is an objection. Nanu. That is the meaning of nanu. Na evam. Na evam, you can put a full stop. No, it's not like what you said. It's not like what Upanishad has said. That's not correct. Okay. Dehadi vilakshanena atmana aham vijanami iti. Na evam prasiddhaha loka. See, this idea is not popular. What idea is not popular? Because of Atma, my sense organs are functioning. That idea is not popular at all. If it was a popular idea, it was known, people knew it, then I can understand what you're saying. But nobody knows Atma. Then what do people know? People know this. Dehadi sangataha aham vijanami iti tu sarvaha lokaha avagacchati. Sarvaha lokaha avagacchati. The entire world, they they know, they understand. Avagacchati means understand, they know. What do they know? Dehadi sangataha aham vijanami iti tu. So everybody understands that I means I am this body, mind, sense complex. Dehadi sangata. Sangata means assemblage. Assembly. An assembly of things is called sangata. And what assembly this is? This is an assembly of various parts. Body is there, internal parts are there, sense organs are there, mind, intellect. All these are parts of this complex. Okay. And so that complex I am. Okay. That is prasiddha. That is very popular. That is not popular. That's what people know. They don't know anything other than this complex. Okay? They don't know anything other than this complex. And so you're saying something else, Atma, which nobody knows, and so how do you? That's not fair. You can't point to something unknown and say, see, that is what Atma is. You can't say it. That is what he's saying. An interesting objection. You have to, something little at least should be known and about this thing, right? So it is like saying, those we used to. I grew up in Hyderabad, so we hear about all this gateway of India and things like that. We are constantly here. We never traveled anywhere. I never traveled much at all. And so gateway of India. So suddenly we end up in Bombay one day, Mumbai. And then you ask for where is Gateway of India? How do I go there? Gateway of India is near Sri Mahalakshmi Mandir. I think that's correct, is it not? No?
No,
10,
no.
15 minutes? 10, 15
No.
minutes?
It's Kolaba.
No, Kolaba area.
It's on the way to Colaba near 15
Hotel
minutes
Taj.
from Bombay VT.
Okay. Is there a famous temple near Gateway of India?
No temple. Mahalakshmi is different, Gateway of India is different route, but can be reached in half an hour.
Next to Taj Mahal Hotel or something.
Yes, correct.
Opposite urban.
Yes.
All right. So this is the way to do it then. Like I have to change the example because the Taj Mahal came. So how do I go to Taj Mahal Hotel? Because that's where I want to go, That's where I got my rooms. Let's say I need to go there. Where is Taj Mahal Hotel? Say it is near Gateway of India. Near Gateway of India. And Gateway of India I've heard of, but I don't know where Gateway of India is. Where is Gateway of India? It's near Taj Mahal. Okay. So then I am stuck because it's no use. This information is useless, absolutely useless. And so I have to just bang your head against the wall. So like that, he's saying, you're saying Atma and all. We don't know what Atma you're talking about it because you think you've clarified my doubts, but you have really not clarified. Some new words have come up like that. So like that, that's the objection here that's being raised. And so let's see. Samadhanam means that's the response to that. Let's read that Samadhanam. Natu evam
न तु एवं
dehadi sanghatasya api
देहादिसङ्गात् अस्य अपि
shabdadi swarupatva shabdadi swarupatva avisheshat
शब्दादिस्वरूपत्व
swarup swarupatva
स्वरूपत्व
avisheshat avisheshat
विशेषात्
vigneyatva
विज्ञेयत्व
avisheshat cha
अविशेषात् च
na yuktam
न युक्तं
vignatritvam.
विज्ञातृत्वम्.
Yeah, samadhana. So here the Siddhanti, say typically in our Shastra, these two people, the two people are arguing with each other, debating with each other. One is called Siddhanti. Siddhanti is the one who is proposing something, teaching something, making a point, establishing something. Purvapakshi is the one who raises objections, who says either it's not clear or who says point blank it's wrong. It's wrong. What you said just now is wrong. Okay? Uh, so that person is Purvapakshi. Now Samadhanam is given by the Siddhanti. Samadhanam. So answer to that. Natu evam. Natu evam. Evam means like this. Like this. Like this means what? What you said is not correct. That's not the way to see it. That's what he's saying. And he's saying, Dehadi Sangatasya api Shabdadi Swarupatva Avisheshat. See, he's saying, what did the Purvapakshi say? No. The body, I am the body. Everybody knows I am the body. That means body, there is nothing other than the body. That's what the Purvapakshi is implying. Body knows by itself. And therefore, I also know that I am the body and that is enough. The body is conscious and I go about transacting with the rest of the world. Okay? There is no Atma, etc. That doesn't fly. That is the meaning, implication of the Purvapakshi statement. So look at this. Dehadi sangatasya api shabdadi swarupatva abhisheshat. See, you have to understand a few things. A lot of words are packed here. What is the attribute of any object? Any object in this world has some attributes. What are the attributes? Note this down. Drishyatvam. Any object in this world. When you say object, what do you mean by object? Well, here are the attributes of any object. Drishyatvam means it is perceivable. Drishya literally means visible, seeable, right? Visible, but the drishya extended to all sense organs. Perceivable. Drishyatvam. Okay. Then in Sanskrit, Panchabhautikam. Panchabhautikam means what? It is made of Panchabhutas. It is a mixture. It is a product of Panchabhutas. Or scientifically, you can say it's put together. It has some components. It's made up of elements. That's also fine. Scientifically, it is also put together by some things. It has some constituents. We will say Panchabhautikam. Next, number 3. Sagunatvam. Sagunatvam. It has some attributes. Something. You can describe it by using some words. Every word is an attribute. Something you have to say. And tall, short, fat, etc. you can say. Or if it is very subtle, also you have to say it is subtle, etc. you can say. So Sagunatvam is there. Then what? Then Savikaratvam. The minute guna comes, then vikara has to come. The gunas will constantly be changing. The object is changing. Change is the nature of object, in other words. It is never the same. The object now is not the same it was a second ago. What happened? Nothing happened to it. It's right there. Yeah, it's right there, but it is now older by 1 second. That also is vikara. Correct? Vikara. That is why the antique cars sell much, the rates of those cars are much higher. Okay, aged wine, they say. You know, this age does wonders. Sometimes age is not good, sometimes age is good also. Valuable. Age adds value also. So don't feel sad, oh, I'm old and all. Say like that, you should not feel. Say, I'm old. I'm very valuable. Okay, that's a way to think of yourself. So, aging, right? So, Savikaratvam. Next, last point is Agama Payitvam. Agama Pay. Agama Pay means what? Arrival and departure is there. It will arrive and departure. It will have a date of birth. It will have a date of expiry also. Date of expiry is there. Anyway, these days in all the things we buy, there is always a date of manufacture and date of expiry. It's all there. Okay. Anyway, so these are the 5 attributes of the object.
What is Savikaratva?
Savikaratva is subject to change. Subject to change.
Guruji,
Yeah.
we had Drishyatvam, Sagunatvam.
Let me repeat. Drishyatvam, perceivability or perceivable. Okay. Perceivability is even better. Okay. It has the attribute of perceivability. Okay, that is one. Then perceivability, then panchabhautikam, right? It is put together. It is not an independent entity. It is made up of something or the other. Correct? Panchabhautikam. Next, sagunatvam. It has attributes. How do we put this in English? It has qualities. It has qualities. There must be some one word in English. I'm not getting it, but we can make it up, right? It has attributes. Then, savikaratvam.
Properties.
Huh?
Properties.
No, that which has properties, how do you say it in English?
Characteristics.
That which has the quality of having characteristics. That's what I want to say, right? An object is that which has characteristics.
Bahuvrihi in English.
Yeah. So anyway, Sagunatvam. Then 4th one, Savikaratvam. It is subject to change. Subject to change. And Agama Paitvam, subject to arrival and departure. Subject to having a date of birth and date of expiry. 5 attributes, right? These are the 5 attributes of any object. Object means it must have these 5 attributes. From a Vedanta perspective. What about form and function of an object? Where will it come? Form, where will it come?
Sagunatvam.
Huh?
Sagunatvam.
Drishyatvam. Form Drishyatvam.
Sagunatvam also maybe, but Drishyatvam is even because form is identified by the eyes, therefore form. What about function? Function. What
combination of Sagunatvam and Savikaratvam.
I would
Panchabhautikam?
No, I would put it under Sagunatvam.
Okay.
It's an attribute. It's a property of that Pot has the property of holding some liquid in it or anything in it. So it's a quality. Guna. Just trying to, you can mix and match if you want to, but it has all these properties. Like that you can.
Guruji, this is so much similar to Asti Vardate Jayate Viparinimate Apachiyate, all that.
So all of that will come in which of these five?
Karatva.
Savikaratvam.
Agama Paimana
Savakarata.
Agama
Vikaras, all
also.
vikaras, Shat vikaras.
Shadvikara. Therefore, Savikaratvam. Agamapai is also a type of, very extreme type of vikara. Sudden appearance and disappearance. Okay. This is, object means this. So now look at what Shankaracharya is saying, right? Dehadi Sanghatasya api. Where is that? Yeah. Shabdadi Swarupatva Avishesha. Shabdadi Swarupatva Avishesha. Hey, just like every object has this Shabdadi Swarupa, means it has all this Drishyatvam is there, Sagunatvam is there, Shabdadi. See, Shabda is perceivable, object is perceivable, and every object has Shabdadi, therefore perceivable. Drishyatvam, he is referring to the first attribute, first of the list of five, right? And Shabdadi Swarupatva Avishesha. Hey, the body also has the same attributes. Drishyatvam, Shabda, Adi. Drishyatvam, it is Panchabhautikam, Shabda, Adi. Shabda, okay, put Shabda as the first one. Drishyatvam. Then Panchabhautikam also, body is. Then Sagunatvam also, body is Saguna. Then body is Savikaram and body is Agama Pai. Deha, the body, mind, sense complex. That entire complex also has that list of five I gave you, it has those five. And therefore it says Avisheshat. Avishesha, the body is no different, indistinct. Avishesha means non-distinct. It is non-distinct from any object in this world because it has the same five attributes that any object in this world will have. You follow now? Avisheshat. Body, Dehadi Sangata also being no different than any other object in this world because it has those five attributes. Okay. Okay. Because of that, then what? Vijnayatva Avisheshat. And therefore, not being different from any other object in the sense that it also becomes knowable. Vijnayatva. Knowable. From object, a slightly different word is using Vijnayatvam. It is also knowable. Only an object can be knowable. This takes me somewhere to Bhagavad Gita. This discussion takes me somewhere to Bhagavad Gita. It takes me to Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramitya Vidhiyate, which we studied recently. Correct? Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetra.
13:1.
Kshetram is the entire world, okay? But then he's saying Idam Shariram Kaunteya. Because you know this world is object full of objects, but you mistook the body to be subject. But Idam Shariram Kshetram. That Kshetram means what? Those five attributes we just listed is property of Kshetram. Correct? So Vijnayatva Visheshat, okay? That Shariram, body also being equally as knowable as any other object of this world. Any other object, in other words. Cha na yuktam vijnatritvam. Now, vijnatritvam means what? Sentiency, consciousness. By itself, body cannot be conscious. By itself, body cannot be sentient. Na yuktam. No. Body by itself cannot be sentient because of what I just said. Because body is like any other object in this world. Because it has those 5 attributes. Because it's an object. It is Kshetram. The not Kshetram can be conscious by itself. Kshetram is Jadam. That is what he's saying. Jadam, inert. Okay, it is inert. It is inert. He is making the statement. Okay. Because Purupakshi requires that kind of a response. And now the discussion is not over. He's going to now say, let's assume for a minute that body is conscious. He's going to give that. Let's read that Bhaashyam. Okay. Yadihi
यदि
Dehadi Sanghatah
देहादिसङ्गातः
Rupadyatmakah
रूपाद्यात्मकः
San
सन्
Rupadin
रूपादीन्
Vijaniyat
विजानीयात्
Tarhi.
तर्हि.
So Gita Press does not have the word tarhi. You can add the word tarhi. Okay. Bhashyaha api
बाह्याय अपि
Rupadayaha
रूपादयः
Anyonyam
अन्योन्यं
Tvam Swam Rupam Cha Vijaniyuhu.
तं त्वं स्वं रूपं च विजानीयः.
Yeah. So he's saying yadi. Let's assume for a moment. Let's assume for a moment that the body is conscious by itself. Means by itself, without the help of Atma. Because mantra is talking about Atma, The body by itself is conscious. Means what? Means what he's saying. Yadi dehadi sangataha, that body, this assemblage, rupadi atmakaha san. Body we know already it has all these attributes like rupa, form, sounds. Sound is an attribute of the body, he says. Is it possible? Yeah. Yeah, obviously. Because you try to get up after the class, then all the bones you hear sounds, right? Even while sitting itself, we have to keep doing all this. And so that means what? That's shabda. Okay? It's all there. It's all a property of the body. So this body being endowed with all those attributes, rupadi, it has being. If such an entity, rupadin vijaniyat, if such an entity were able to know, were able to cognize rupadin, if such an entity which has all these attributes that we discussed was able to by itself cognize and come to know another object, okay, another object, then that means what? The chair is there. Chair is an object. Suppose the chair were conscious by itself, then what will happen? Then you are sitting in this public hall, right? And so many people are sitting. Then this chair will complain to the other chair. You're so lucky. This guy who's sitting on you is very light. Look at me. I got stuck. Look at this bulky weight I have to put up 1 hour. And that too, this guy, Guruji, is not his talks. He has a habit of talking for 1.5 hours. And so I'm stuck. Look at my karma. Chair will say that. One chair will have this argument with the other chair. And not only that, the chair will look up and say, hey, wait, this is not fair. Yesterday you sat on me. Can't you go and sit in another chair for a change? Give me a break, okay? Give me a break. Otherwise, I will break, okay? So you have to give me a break. And so now people will start arguing with chairs. Already they are arguing with each other as though this is not enough. No, the whole world of objects are going to be arguing with each other and complaining. We need to form an association of chairs so as to protect our human rights, not human rights, chair rights. Chair rights, furniture rights. Then there'll be superset, furniture association, then chair association, table association. Because everybody has an identity, you know, they have to.
Jada Jada Samvada.
This is the idea. This is yadihi. If this were so, correct? Tarhi. In that case, what would happen? Bahyaha api. Bahyaha means external objects. Bahya vishayaha. Bahya vastuni. Outside external objects, Anyonyam swam rupam cha vijani. Anyonyam, mutually, they will be able to know their forms, rupadim, their forms and their attributes. Hi, how are you? It's been a long time. What happened? Did they throw? You were in this room only? Or where did you go? No, yeah, I was in the back. Somehow, some mistake they happened. They put me in the front. Hi, how are you? It's great to meet you. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Like that, they will know each other. Okay, look at this discussion. Swam rupam cha vijani. They would end up knowing each other. Vijani, yuhu. This is where science struggles. When it comes to consciousness, science is very shaky. They're not sure at all. They are saying that science as consciousness is matter. Some people say it's not matter, but it is part of matter. Some people say it's a property of matter. Some people say it's a product of matter. This whole area is all murky still. That is why it's a good area of research. Why? Because it's murky. Nothing is clear at all. Everybody says one thing. So it's a fertile area for more research. And so they have no clue absolutely going on. And this is the idea here. Dehadi vishayaha swam anyonyam cha vijani. Swamiji gives the example. If you go to the beach, there are many statues on the beach. You know, at least in our Marina Beach in Chennai, there are some statues. Subramanya Bharatiyar statues there. Subhash Chandra Bose, anywhere. Go to anywhere. Then you can have a conversation with them. You can have a conversation because they are also conscious. The statue is not inert anymore. Can know others. And so, such a thing. Then look at what he says. Nacha, did we read this? We didn't read this. Let's read it. So this is called Abhyupagama Vadaha. Abhyupagama Vadaha. Means what? Let's, for the sake of discussion, let's assume what you said is true. That's
Jay Kumar ji, 1 minute. It says Anyonyam swam rupam, not tvam swam rupam.
I didn't read swam, it's swam only.
Okay, I heard tvam. Okay, sorry.
Swam rupam. Their own forms also they know, and they will end up knowing the other forms also. They will know I am chair, and they will also look at others and say, you are also chair. Both. Swam rupam, anyonyam api, anyasya api rupam. Mutually, they can recognize each other. Like animals, they recognize each other. Cow recognizes, I am cow, and they are all cows, and those other animals are not cows. So they need that minimum recognition. But chairs also, it applies, he will say. He's saying that. Let's assume that this is the case. Okay? If that is the case, then what happens? what happens also, he said, Anyonyam swam swam vijani. Oh, let's read the next one. Nacha
न च
etadasti
एतदस्ति
tasmat
तस्मात्
dehadi lakshanam cha
देहादिलक्षणांश्च
rupadin
रूपादीन्
etena eva
एतेन एव
dehadi vyatiriktena eva
देहादिव्यतिरिक्त एव
vijnana swabhavena
विज्ञानस्वभावेन
atmana
आत्मना
vijanati lokaha
विजानाति लोकः
yatha
यथा
yena lohaha
येन लोहः
dahati
दहति
saha agnihi iti tadvat.
सः अग्निः इति तद्वत्.
Yeah. So he's saying, nacha etad asti. We don't see chairs talking to each other. We don't see tables talking to each other. We don't see them forming associations. We don't see them doing protests on the streets. We don't see anything of that nature. Nacha etad asti. Such a thing doesn't exist. What thing doesn't exist? That body by itself is conscious of itself and other things. Any object by itself is conscious of itself and conscious of other objects. Such a thing does not exist. We don't see it. That is what he's saying. Okay? Tasmat. Tasmat. He's concluding. Tasmat. Therefore, Dehadi lakshanancha rupadin etena eva dehadi vyatiriktena eva. He's now using that. He's come to the second half of the mantra. Moolam is there. Etena eva. Tasmat. Tasmat what? All these bodies, all these objects, dehadi lakshanancha rupadin. All objects, including the body, dehadi lakshanancha. All objects he doesn't talk about. Okay, Rupadin, all objects. Dehadi Lakshanans. Okay, all these, the body also. Dehadi Lakshana means the forms and qualities characterized by the body mind sense complex. The body mind sense complex for our perspective is just another object which has those 5 attributes. What are those 5 attributes? We have to go back. We have to say Drishyatvam, and then Panchabhautikam, Sagunatvam, Savikaratvam, and Agamapayatvam. All these 5 things are there even for this body. And because we don't see any object being conscious of itself, etena eva. Etena eva. Etena means by this alone. By this alone. What do you mean by this alone? Dehadi vyatiriktena vijnana swabhavena atmana. Etena atmana. Let's pick that word atmana. Etena atmana eva. By this atma alone. By this atma alone. And can you tell me what atma is? Yes. They vijnana swabhavena. Vijnana swabhavena. What kind of thing this atma is? It is of the nature of consciousness. It is something which is consciousness. Its swabhava is consciousness. Its nature is consciousness. Vijnana swabhava is the nature of Atma. Okay. Further, can you tell me a little more? Yes. Dehadi vyatiriktena eva. This Atma is Dehadi vyatiriktaha. This Atma cannot be the body itself. It has to be distinct from the body. Vyatirikta means distinct, separate from. Dehadi. Dehadi means what? This body, deha, manaha, indriyani, buddhi, ityadi. Whatever you, ahankara, whatever you say, internal parts, external parts, everything. Dehadi vyatirikta. That Atma, which is of the nature of consciousness and which is distinct from this body, mind, sense complex. Etena eva, by such a thing alone, such an Atma alone, lokaha vijanati. Correct? Lokaha. Lokaha is this world. This world comes to know. Comes to know what? Rupadin. The object is there. Rupadin. Everything in this world has form, sounds, okay, and touch and taste, etc. Rupadin, including Dehadi, including the body, mind, sense. That's the conclusion Shankaracharya wants us to make. And he gives an example. What example he gives? Yatha, yatha, just as yena lohaha dahati saha agnihi iti tadvat. Hey, I'll give you an example of this hot iron rod. Okay, iron rod that is used in the factories, and it's hot. It's red hot, and that red hot iron, of course, is going to emanate heat and burn anything that comes near it. Dahati means burns. The lohaha dahati, the red lohaha means red hot iron. Okay, loha. Loha also means iron, but here red hot iron. Lohaha dahati. Wait a minute. Iron cannot burn. Did you say iron burns? Yes. Iron burns. But guess what? Iron cannot burn, really speaking, but iron can burn because Agni is there, which is pervading the iron ball, iron rod, iron object. And so you end up saying that the iron burns. Don't touch this iron rod, it will burn you. Iron rod cannot burn, really speaking. It is the heat in it, it is the fire in it that makes this iron rod as though having the capacity to burn. An iron rod which does not have the capacity to burn gets the capacity to burn from fire. That is the example he is giving here. Yatha yena lohaha dahati. That by which the iron rod burns, that saha agnihi iti. That is fire, really speaking. Tadvat, like that. Like this example, like this iron rod, body also is like this iron rod. Atma is like the fire that is making the rod red hot and having the capacity to burn. Okay? At least here, in this example, the fire at least is visible. I can see the fire. But yahan par Atma, unfortunately, can't be seen. That's the difference. That's a big difference. And other differences are also there. Atma and iron rod, Agni and iron rod, same order of reality. Both are objects. Both are having those 5 attributes, Drishyatvam, Ityadi, Panchabhautikam. But as an example, it serves a good example. It gives us enough to appreciate Atma versus Anatma, Atma versus Shariram. Okay, assuming we have understood so far, let's proceed to the next section here. So what happened so far? So far, Shankara explained that Yena Rupam Rasam, that by which the entire world of objects which has all these qualities, Rupam, Rasam, etc., is perceived, is known by the human being, that entity is called Atma. Okay, that much he has said. Now there is 1/4 remaining. So let's see what happens.
Here, Upama Upameya is used, no, Guruji?
Yeah, Upama Upameya. What is Upama here?
Atma to
What is Upama?
Iron rod.
Upama is the Lohaha. Upameya is
fire.
Upameya is the Atma body. Atma body.
okay. If Upamanam is Lohaha, Upameya must be
Body, Atma.
body. If Upamanam is Agnihi, then Upameya must be
Atma.
Atma. Correct. Right. So overall Upamanam. Upameya. Good. Or another word we use in Veda. Drishtanta means what? Drishtanta. बोलते हैं ना English.
Illustration.
Example.
Illustration. So here an example is given. Illustration. It's called Drishtanta. Loha is a Drishtanta. And then the actual thing that is going to be highlighted, explained by this Drishtanta, by this example, is called Darshtanta. Darshtanta. Just for your information. All right. Anyway, in Hindi, I think they say Drishtanta. In Tamil, we will say Udaharanam or something. No, I've not heard people using the word Drishtanta.
So we say Drishtantama Paton.
Drishtantama Patam. Okay. Somehow in our conversations, these things don't come up. Yeah. Good. Drishtanta is there. All right. Let's read the next one. Atmanaha.
Atmanaha.
Avijneyam.
Avijneyam.
Kim atra.
Kim atra.
Asmin loke.
Asmin loke.
Parishishyate.
Parishishyate.
Na kinchit.
Na kinchit.
Parishishyate.
Parishishyate.
Sarvameva.
Sarvameva.
Tu. Atmana vijneyam.
Atmana vijneyam.
Okay. He's now explaining the 4th quarter of the mantra. Kimatra parishishyate. So the main thing is over. Parishishyate. Parishishyate means what? That which remains is called parishish. The remainder is called parishesha. Remainder is called parishesha. Like another word we are very familiar with.
Avashesha.
Avashesha. Which is we are very familiar because
there is Gita Avashesham.
Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. No, don't get up. The class is not over. Please sit down, sit down. Purnamevavashishyate. Avashishyate. So there also we've seen that word. Okay. So that same parishesha, same meaning here. So let's see what he says. Kim atra parishishyate. What is remaining? What is remaining? That's like that a question is being asked. Okay. Asmin loke, in this world, in this universe, what is remaining? That is Atmanaha avijneyam. Okay. That is outside the range of Atma's awareness. What is there? Is there anything in this world that is not objectifiable by Atma? Is there something you can say Atma is great, but just it has some problem? It's able to bring everything to light to us except something, some faraway galaxy. No. Atmanaha avijneyam kimatra parishishyate. That kim is not a prashnarthe kim. It is called what? It is called, there is a term for it. It is saying, it's like saying, is there anybody who can talk like Swamiji? Means what? There's nobody who can talk like Swamiji. That is the mean. That's a statement. It's actually a statement being made, not a question being asked. Therefore, Shankaracharya is saying, after parishishyate, he is saying, na kinchit parishishyate. The meaning of kimatra parishishyate is what? Na kinchit parishishyate. There is nothing left. There is nothing. There is nothing in this world which is not made an object by Atma, which is not objectifiable by Atma, which cannot become an object of understanding by Atma. That is the meaning here. Sarvameva tu Atmana Vijneyam. Why? Because everything is to be known by Atma only. Everything is to be brought to light to me only by Atma. If I say there is a sun there, there is Mars, I can see Mars. Oh, that is Jupiter. That's bright. All that is, Jupiter is coming to my consciousness because of Atma. Jupiter cannot reveal itself. No, cannot. Atma has to be there. The conscious being has to be there. Only to a conscious being, the entire world becomes visible, becomes objectifiable. Black hole. Where is black hole? Where is black hole? I've heard of so many things, but I didn't know black hole was there somewhere. Can I use a telescope and see black hole? No, you can't do that. Don't do that. Black hole is an idea presented by physicists to say that that was the original state of this universe before the universe came into being. And that process is called Big Bang. Before Big Bang, what was there was black hole. Like that is. So it's a concept, it's an idea. Fine. Concept is also coming to your awareness. Awareness is needed for the concept to settle. For the concept to remain a concept, consciousness must be there. Okay. So that is what he's saying here. Kimatra parishishyate, na kinchat parishishyate. Anirudh, go ahead.
So I think, Guruji, one way to look at this is, if sentience was an inherent property of the body, death cannot be explained. Why would a body give up sentience if it is its inherent property? Death cannot be explained.
Yeah. The body is an object which has attributes. So you can say that. I think you can get away saying that, making a statement. It's possible. Yeah, you may be right. Because the body has attributes, it's difficult to.
Correct.
You're so used to the body with birth and death.
Or other way of saying this is, dead bodies could talk.
Sorry?
Dead bodies could talk. Other way of saying this.
That's better. That's better. Dead bodies could talk. That's why we said statue, etc. Dead bodies could. Correct. Okay. Sarvameva tu atmana vijneyam. Everything, on the other hand, shines in the presence of Atma alone. Is made aware to Atma alone. Because of Atma, the human beings can say, I am aware of so much, and I can become aware of so many more things. Okay. Yeah, let's read the next sentence. Yasya Atmanaha avidnyeyam na kinchit parishishyate
परिशिष्यते
सः आत्मा सर्वज्ञः
सः आत्मा सर्वज्ञः धन्यवादः
यस्य आत्मनः अविज्ञेयं न किंचित् परिशिष्यते. Or he's saying the same thing differently. He's saying that Atma for which, that Atma for which there is nothing remaining that is not illumined. That is not illumined, but there is that Atma for which there is nothing there in this world that is not illumined. It's a different way of, it's a double negative, right? Saha Atma Sarvajnaha. Okay. So, of course, we did not bring in lokas and all here yet. We can bring in lokas, Indraloka. So, 14 lokas, up and down, everything. Everything is there. You have not seen the loka, but the loka is there, Vedas says. So, that also, even to know that also is illumined by the Atma. So, that Atma, right? And so, he's saying here, such an Atma, for which there is nothing exists in the world, kimapi na. Kinchidapi na parishishyate. That Atma is Sarvajnaha. Okay, he's using a big word here, Sarvajnaha. Sarvajnaha means what? Sarvam janati iti Sarvajnaha. One who knows everything is called Sarvajnaha. That's a literal meaning of the word Sarvajnaha. Now, see, there are some technical words. I won't bring the technical words here. One who knows the entire universe, all the details about the universe, is what? Ishvaraha. Ishvaraha Sarvajnaha. Correct? Ishvaraha Sarvajnaha. Only the person who knows everything, see, Ghatakarta Ghatagnya means what? Ghatakarta, the one, the creator of this pot, the manufacturer of this pot, the maker of this pot, Ghatakarta, must be Ghatagnya, must be knowledgeable of this pot. That person may not know how to cook food and all that. He may not know anything. He doesn't know how to, what happens in a car, automobile. He doesn't know all that. But he does know one thing. And that one thing is what? He knows all about pots. Ghatagnya. Ghatam janatiti ghatagnya. Okay. So like that, cloth. Cloth in Sanskrit is called pata. So patakarta patagnya. Patakarta, the one who made this cloth, has to be knowledgeable about cloth. Patagnya. Patam janati iti patagnya. So like that you extend. This universe is there. There is so much to. The universe is also created only. It's a product. It's a karyam, no doubt about that. We don't know how it got created, but it's also part of the creation. Like the gata is also a creation, the small pot also. So, sarvasya karta, this sarvam, word means sarvam. Sarvasya karta must be sarvajna. Like gatakarta, gatagnaha, patakarta, patagnaha, sarvasya karta, sarvajnaha, or sarvakarta, sarvajnaha. That sarvajna is one meaning of the word sarvajna. The one who is knowledgeable of the entire universe is called sarvajnaha. That is one meaning. But that is not the meaning here. That is not the meaning here. What is the meaning here? Here we are talking about Atma. We are talking of this Nirvishesha, Nirguna Atma, which has no qualities whatsoever, which is Akarta. How can an Akarta Atma create? Not possible. Therefore, here the meaning has to be different. What is the meaning? Just by Atma's mere presence, just by Atma's mere presence, it reveals the entire universe. It reveals everything. Nakinchit parishishyate, leaving nothing out. Leaving nothing out. It is that Atma. So here, Nirvikara Sarvajnatvam. Nirvikara Sarvajnatvam. What the previous Sarvajnatvam, the all-knowing Sarvajnatvam is what? That is Savikara Sarvajnatvam. Savikara means the whole world is Savikara, right? It is Drishyatva, Drishyat, Savikaratvam, Drishyatvam, all these things we saw. So there, Savikara Sarvajnatvam. There, all-knowing Ishvara. That is Savikara Sarvajnatvam. Here we are talking about Nirvikara Sarvajnatvam. Nirvikara Sarvajnatvam means what? No Vikara. Atma has no guna. Atma is Nirgunam, Nirvikaram, Anagama Pai, Adrishyam, Ashaddam, Asparsham, Arupam. So therefore, that is being referred to here as Sarvajnaha. Sarvajnaha means what? That which illumines everything. That is why the student in Mundaka Upanishad asked the question, Kasminnu bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam. Tell me that. That which I know is as good as having known everything else. Because that thing illumines everything else. That is the satyam of everything else. That is the meaning of the word sarvajnaha here in this context. Make a note. Okay. All right. Saha Atma Sarvajnaha. Then what? Let's read the next one. So over. So the meaning of the mantra is over. Then etad vaitat.
Etad vaitat.
Kim tat.
Kim tat.
So you can put the word tat in quotation mark if it's not already there. And put a question mark after that. Kim tat.
Kim tat.
Yat nachiketasa prishtam.
Yat nachiketasa prishtam.
Devadibihi api vichikitsitam.
Devadibihi api vichikitsitam.
Dharmadibhyaha.
Dharmadibhyaha.
Anyad.
Yad.
Vishnoho paramam padam.
Vishnoho paramam padam.
Yasmat param nasti.
Yasmat param nasti.
Tadvai.
Tadvai.
So it says va here. It was vai, it becomes va due to sandhi. So not a printing mistake. Tadvai.
Tadvaihi.
Tadvai.
Vai.
Etat.
Etat.
Adhigatam.
Adhigatam.
Ityarthaha.
Ityarthaha.
So Shankaracharya is explaining the last etat vaitat, which we have seen before also. Where did you see? Or maybe not. Maybe this is the first time.
139.
Ninth mantra. Vishnu
139.
Oh, 139 etat vaitat. Okay, right. We saw it before. So, he is saying, Kim tat etad vai tat. Etad, we know what is etad. Yena rupam rasam gandham shabdam sparshancha vijaniyat. Yetena iva vijanati kimatra parishishyate. That etad, that atma, etad. Etad atma vai tat. Tat. So tat means now. Shankaracharya doesn't have to explain, but now he's explaining. He's so compassionate. Look at this, okay? Yat nachiketasa prishtam. That which was asked by Nachiketa. Okay? Means what? Means what?
Boon.
The last boon that he
Devaratrapi vichikitsatam.
That is
Before that he asked.
Before that, yeyam prete vichikitsa manushye asti tyeke nayam astiti chaike yetad vidyam anushishtastvayaham varanam esha varastritiyaha. Third boon is asked, right? Shankaracharya remembers all this. So the least respect we can show, this is how I think, is for us to memorize this. Because Shankaracharya has repeated it. So Bhagavan is repeating it. When Bhagavan repeats something, that means it is important. You put an asterisk in front of it, or put a red mark or something like that, so that it's there in our. Suppose somebody asks, what are the most important mantras? Some questions like this are always there, So then this becomes an important. Why? Because this is the starting point of the teaching itself. If Nachiketa had not asked it, there is no Kathopanishad. Okay. So that is 120, by the way, right? Okay. That which was asked by Nachiketa, whether there is something that survives death, etc. Right? Then next look at this. Devadibihi api vichikitsitam. So you can put a comma before that. Devadibihi api vichikitsitam, comma. Now where should we go? Now we should go to what Meera said. Devairatrapi vichikitsitam pura. Nahi nahi sudnyeyam anuresha dharmaha. Anyam varam nachiketo vrinishva. Mamoparotsirati masrijainam. I think that is more or less correct. I think I got all the words. Okay. So he says, Nachiketa, let go of this stuff. It's of no, we are not going to go anywhere if we go in this direction. So, Anyam Varam Vrinishve, ask me something else. And Mamoparotsi, don't compel me like this. Don't force me to answer this question. Like that he says. Okay, comma. That is 1121, right? 1120 was the question. This is 1121. Then let's see. Dharmadibhyaha anyat. Now you should be able to tell me.
Anyatra dharmat.
Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat.
Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat, anyatra kritat, anyatra kritat akritatcha, anyatra kritat akritatcha, anyatra bhutaccha bhavyaccha, yat tat pashyati tad vada. You know the tagline of our Ashiteva Kendra? It is this Anyatra Dharmat, Anyatra Dharma. Somehow it's stuck in my head long ago, 1998 or something, at the time when I was listening to all this. And I told you, I got all these audio cassettes and then just dumped it in my house. I purchased everything, the whole library I purchased. And I was listening. And then constantly listening. This Kathopanishad was there. And this Nachiketa story stuck in my head. Anyatra Dharma just stuck in my head. Huh?
Paramarthananda's audio?
No, this is Puja Swamiji's audio.
Okay.
Puja Swami. Okay. So it has been stuck since then. So I said that has to be. What is there in our mind? We have to get it out, right? So that's how it came out. So, dharma dibhyaha anyat. What is dharma dibhyaha? From dharma, etc. What is this dharma, etc.? There is something other than dharma also? Yes. Adharma also is there, according to Nachiketa. So, dharma dibhyaha anyat. Okay, that is 1.2.14. 1 to 14. Okay. Okay, all right. Dharma dibhyaha means you should bring all the other things. Krita takrita. Look at that. Nachiketa boy is telling this. This is not Yama's statement, Nachiketa's statement. That which is different from cause and effect. That which is different from past, present, and future. What a question this is for a boy to ask. You can imagine. So that is the dharma, the adi. That adi means you have to bring all that here. Then, comma, Vishnoho paramam padam. Also we saw somewhere.
9th one, I think.
139.
139. 139. Okay, Vijnana Saratiriyastu. So, Vijnana Sarathi means it should take you somewhere.
Rathakalpana.
Rathakalpana, which you have to remember, by the way. Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi, Shariram Ratham Evatu, Buddhim tu Sarathim Vidhi, Manah Pragraham Evacha, Indriyani Paranyahu, Vishayansteshu Gocharan, Atmendriya Mano Buddhihi, Bhoktetyahurmanishinaha. Kathakalpana. So this Vishnoho Paramam Padam, there, this 139, he says, Vijnana Saratihi Yastu Manaha Pragrahavan Naraha Sodhvanah Paramapnoti Tad Vishnov Paramam Padam. Like that, it was said there. Means what? That charioteer of this Ratha, this chariot, that is equal to the Buddhi. Okay, that is personified. That is a personification of the Buddhi. And Vijnana Van Sarathi, if that person is just somewhat intelligent to separate the Atma from the Anatma, then Sodhvanaf Paramapnoti, that person will cross over sorrow, cross over this samsara. Vishnoho Paramam Padam Prapti. Like that it is said. Okay? Then what? That is 139. Then what? Yasmat Param Nasti. Shankaracharya is not giving up. He is making sure we have understood what he has told before. What Yama has said all these things. So, Yasmat Param Nasti. Mahataf Param Avyaktam. Avyaktat Purushah Paraha. Purushanna Param Kinchit. Sa Kashta Sa Paragatihi. Very popular shloka, often referred to. So, Yasmat Param Nasti. Purushanna Param Kinchit. There is nothing superior, subtler, more pervasive. What are the 3 or 4 things we have to say here? More, nothing closer to Atma than Atma itself, than Purushaha itself. Right? That is what it is. Tad. That is 1311, what I just said. Okay. Tad vai etad adhigatam ityartha. That which was discussed, which was asked for by Nachiketa and explained by Yama through many verses, which is other than dharma, dharma, cause and effect, etc. That why that indeed is this etad adhigatam, which is understood by this mantra. Adhigatam is understood, literal meaning, which is taught by Yama, by this mantra, which is understood by us through this mantra. Adhigatam ityarthaha. That is the way to understand this phrase, etad vai tat. That means Shankaracharya knows all these mantras, correct? He is writing with some kind of, we don't know how he is writing all these things 1500 years ago, 2500 years ago. Some people say 2500. We don't know how he's writing. Some Indian ink must be there, some scribe must be there. Palm leaves, they say. It must be that itself must be it requires a lot of effort. I don't know, maybe they're writing like this because you have to put some pressure on the paper. I think somebody has to explain to us how they do all this. And so, he's explaining all these mantras. He doesn't have to do all this. He could have said just one thing. Yet Nachiketasa Prishtam. Hey Nachiket, this is what you asked. Okay, he could have left it at that.
It is believed that he said, and his Shishyas write or something. That's what they say.
No, that is fine, ma. That is Sishyas, right? How did they write all this? See, if it's not like typing, cut, 100 words a minute. And was Shankaracharya teaching very slowly? These days, we become very fast. Is that what it is? I don't know how it works. So
They
that's
wrote
what
on palm leaves. They wrote on palm leaves with Eltani we say. Made of iron, sharp point.
So we'll discuss it after this satsang period, okay? Mahesh, can we wait for satsang or do you have a question now? Yeah, good. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purna. Oh, sorry, we have to do something here, right? Anvaya is left. Every time I'm late. Okay. Two things I left out. What are the two things I left out? Oh, you have to scratch your head.
Summary and Anvaya.
Correct. Correct. So what is the summary of this thing? So Atma is that by which the living beings experience the entire world. Atma is that by which all beings come to know the entire. That is the summary of this mantra. Let's do the Anvaya. Yena etena eva. Yena etena eva. Atmana Rupam Rasam Gandham Shabdan Sparshan Maithunan Cha Shabdan Sparshan Maithunan Cha Yena Etena Eva Atmana Rupam Rasam Gandham Shabdan Sparshan Maithunan Cha Lokaha Vijanati. Lokaha Vijanati, comma. Etat Atma Vai Tat. And Tat you can put any of the qualifications Bhagavan Shankaracharya gave. Dehadibihi api vichikitsa. I mean, Devadibihi api, etc. You can take. Vishnoho paramam padam. Etad atma vai tat Vishnoho paramam padam bhavati. Full stop. Atra, in brackets, asmin loke. Atra asmin loke. Kim parishishyate. Atra asmin loke. Kim parishishyate. Yena etena eva atmana in brackets rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshan maitunan cha lokaha in brackets vijanati yetad atma supplied vai tat vishnoho paramam padam supplied bhavati supplied. Full stop. Atra
Can you go
asmin.
slow, please?
Okay. All right. So I'm assuming you've written it down, no?
No, I missed some words, so that's why.
Okay, you missed some words. All right. So which words you missed? Tell me. I'll tell you that.
From etat within bracket atma.
Etat within brackets atma. Vai tat. After which Vishnoho paramam padam bhavati. All in brackets. Okay. Vai tat Vishnoho paramam padam bhavati. Right? Okay. Full stop. Then atra. You got atra? Atra. Okay. You got atra. All right. All right. So, etad atma vai tad Vishnoho paramam padam bhavati. Full stop. Atra asmin loke kim parishishyate. Full stop. Okay. We'll continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.